Guys, wouldn't your wife or girlfriend love it if you treated her to the very best this Christmas? Now you can, with the world's softest pajamas by Pajamagram. Created by a team of pajama experts, the world's softest PJs are lighter than a cloud, softer than a bunny, like cashmere, only better. She'll love how heavenly they feel. Includes free gift packaging and Christmas delivery is guaranteed. So visit pajamagram.com or call 1-800-GIVE-PJs.
If you are not familiar with what happens in Miami at this time of year, Art Basel is a total insanity. And the New York Post is reporting that Leonardo DiCaprio is in town, and he spent 45 minutes in a private room haggling over a drawing, an $850,000 drawing. He was with his art advisor,
right,
Lisa Schiff.
Okay.
And I know you and Mike and Guillermo and Roy and Chris and Allison have been talking about the idea of you during Art Basel roaming the streets trying to sell art, because you are of the belief that nobody can tell the difference between this $850,000 thing that Leonardo DiCaprio was trying to buy last night in Miami and something that Guillermo, pooped on.
We are working on this for tomorrow, and you can't tell the difference. You can't. And you need an advisor to tell you what it is that art means and what it's worth and all that. Like, that's absurd. But, yes, we're going to do this. We're thinking Vincent Van Gotz or something like that. We're trying to come up with a good name. I'm going to sell some art tomorrow.
So how is this going to work? You're going to wander the streets as Vincent Van Gogh selling your own art?
We have some pieces already in if you'd like to see them.
I would like to see them.
Hold on just a second. Let me
wait a minute. Who did this?
I did.
Okay, Vincent Van Gogh did. All right, so you're going to wander the streets out here like you were trying to sell ice cream the other day? What's going to be your price point on your art during Art Basel?
I haven't figured that part out yet. It might be a case-by-case basis, whatever I can sell the art for. I'd like to be set up. I'd actually like to have an easel on Ocean and 10th and just do like live paintings, live drawings, and just sell them to the people as they come by. I think that could be funny. Could be a funny visual and a funny device for the show.
Yeah, we can't really have you strolling because we need you to stay sort of stationary for a camera shot.
Right.
So we'll have you like right outside the Clevelander with your easel. And a live painting, I think, is a good idea. Perhaps play some music as you're inspired.
Now, are we just going to check in on him? Because this part of the beach is not at all Art Basel. Like, it couldn't be any. This part of the beach was so dead last night. The beach is insane, traffic everywhere. But right here, it's quiet because this is tourist central and there's no art here.
There will be tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Yep.
There will be an easel also, and there will be at least 5 pieces that have already been completed.
Let me see one of them.
Here's one of them.
Let me see one of them.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yes.
It's a blue circle and a yellow circle.
Well, to you it is. I mean,
it's a Venn diagram.
Right.
Stugotz is going to position this as some design he's come up with.
All right, wait a minute.
Right.
This looks
look deep inside the blue circle and the yellow circle. Look deep inside that little green circle in the middle. Just look deep inside
the way the blue and the yellow come together to make green.
Yeah.
You want to see another one?
That's amazing. Hold on a second. I love that Guillermo is holding these up the way that guys on the sidelines hold up college play placards. Just sort of scared. He's holding them up over his head with both arms.
They're very valuable. We have to be careful with that.
Thank you.
Let me see another one.
My finest work.
This one I like to call Rachel.
Ah, yes.
That one's going to fetch a ton.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So it's a house and what looks like a family. I guess that's a recreation of Vincent Van Gogh's life. The husband and wife, both exactly the same size.
Yep.
Stugotz, his wife, Emma, and then over here, as you can tell, Rachel.
Off to the side. Yeah, she's earned that. I mean,
to the untrained eye, someone says those are just stick figures, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I love that Rachel, his daughter, is far away from the rest of the family. That's it's a heartbreaking portrait of turmoil and despair.
But see what you want. I mean, art is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That could be. I know it appears that Rachel is separated from the rest of our family, but it also might mean that she's matured at a much more quicker pace, and she's kind of independent. Mm-hmm. She's flying on her own a little bit more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Want to see the next one?
Or, given that it's art, it could be that Rachel used to be much further away from the family, and this is her pressing closer to a reunion and a love story.
Whatever you want it to be, my friend.
Well, okay.
No, it's whatever you want it to be. It's not what I want it to be. It's what you want it to be.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm sorry, Vincent Van Gotz, for arguing against your artistic sensibility.
By the way, we're open for, if someone has better names out there or a better name for me as an artist, we are taking suggestions here.
Do you realize that this could actually be a functioning business if we were to sell that crap right now on the radio, as opposed to making...
It's not crap. It's
art.
Not crap. Yeah.
It's not crap.
But people would actually want that if it were a listener who could just go to a Venmo account and buy it for $10.
$10 is way too low.
$10 is
way too low.
You guys are going to have all right, you guys got a problem on your
$1,500 at least.
By the way, tomorrow we will be accepting Apple Pay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second.
Venmo?
If you're just joining us, Stugotz believes that all of art is a crock. And he's going to prove it tomorrow. Stugotz also believes he's the world's best salesman, and he's pretty good.
I'm pretty good. Yeah. I like to fancy myself as the best, but whatever.
He's pretty good. And so now we're going to test both his theories of, is he pretty good at sales, and is art indeed in the eye of the beholder?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to go out on the street, and he's going to, at a very difficult time, in a very difficult place, he's going to try and sell art. Now, the other day, he got $1 for selling ice cream. He got a single $1. He was just trying to give away ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning on South Beach. That's not easy.
Yep, I did sell one. I had a charity tie-in.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing, how are we going to do this? How many segments are we going to do this for? Are we doing it locally? Are we doing it nationally? How are we doing this?
I'm not sure. I'm down for doing it. I think it's going to be fun. I'll do it whenever you guys send me out there.
I think we should do this one nationally because, you don't want it to be too early. Art Basel's going on. All the people that'd be interested in these fine works of art, they're probably sleeping in a little bit.
You seemed interested in the Rachel. Do you want me to put that aside for you before my big gala tomorrow?
Can you put a little dot on it?
Well, you haven't seen them all yet, Dan. There's still 2 that haven't arrived yet that I had to outsource, and then there's this one.
Wait, outsource? You mean the inspiration hasn't hit?
Wow, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't know what that is. That looks like a devil in a Baylor jacket of some sort. I don't know.
That one's not left up to interpretation. That is Art Basel.
He just calls it art.
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah.
This is art.
Yeah.
I was headed down a slightly more subtle path.
Oh.
Where I was building up to that joke.
Well, this is my art. I mean,
it looks just like him.
Van Gotz is
not
I feel sometimes like I need to explain to you guys that this is not a visual medium.
Right.
And so sometimes you guys are doing the show for yourselves in ways that make you laugh.
Right.
But nobody can see the painting that I'm looking at.
Well,
so if you give me a second to describe it for the audience, they can be in on the joke.
The devil is in the details, Dan, and you gave enough details. What happened there?
I'm just frustrated with you.
Well, did you hit the laugh button, or what happened there? I don't know.
Well, Mike's been sabotaging me lately on the laugh button. I just pressed the laugh button, and it wasn't activated.
Oh, well, I'd like to hear it. I mean, I earned it.
You did earn it.
Thank you.
Button's activated now, if you want to give it a shot.
But Mike is always working behind the scenes. Even when you think you've got the power, Mike's got the power.
Right. But I'll take it on delay if you want to give it another try.
No, that's okay. The moment is lost.
It's all right. I'll get it. Give it to me.
Do you know how much people would pay for the Art Basel painting?
No joke. That could fetch at least $1,000.
No. Well, not on the street. It's not going to get $1.
Oh, nonsense.
On the street,
nonsense.
No, street value $0.
Street value $1,000.
But if right now we were to sell that to our audience, there would be a bidding war. If we were to sell Art Basel as the devil,
please refer to it as art. That's it.
Just art.
Just
Thank
art.
you. Yes. Yeah. Let's go.
It's just art.
Refer to all the paintings by their names.
All right. Do you have anything funnier than art?
Do you want me to tell you what the one that's arriving is that I had to outsource to Angel?
You mean the inspiration?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah. You want me to tell you what that one is?
Why did you have to outsource something?
Well, because I couldn't draw it. It was too difficult.
What do you mean you couldn't draw it?
I mean, Stugotz couldn't draw
Vincent Van Gotz couldn't draw it?
Stugotz. Flembrant. Stubo.
Flembrant is good. I think I like Flembrandt better than I like Vincent van Gogh. Flembrandt.
You have to look the part tomorrow, Stugotz.
Yeah.
We need to make you look like an eccentric artist. We have to give you a scarf, maybe some shorts with some paint on them. Do you still have those moon boots from when you dressed up as Mr. Jones?
I'm not sure.
From when you dressed up as a nightclub owner who used to sit courtside at Heat games wearing moon boots for the entire 4-year run. I don't know which nightclub does that guy own? One of the big ones.
Now he owns Mr. Jones.
I'll have to check. I'm not certain if I have the moon boots. You need like an art cap, right? Like some
Weren't
sort
those
of
purple?
Like a beret.
Yeah, it was like
or were they lavender? They were lavender moon
lavender
boots.
moon boots. Yeah, I might still have them. I'm not sure.
Do you realize that that's the picture that comes up when you call me?
Really?
Yeah, it's you wearing lavender moon boots. Here, in fact, hold on a second.
You never answer those calls.
Where's my phone? Hold on.
All right.
Go ahead and call me.
All right. Let me call you. Hold on.
I'm going to show the shipping container, even though this too is not a visual medium. I'm going to show the shipping container what comes up on my phone because it's visually funny. When Stugotz calls me, it brings a smile to my face the moment that he calls.
For those listening, Dan is holding up his phone right now.
And I'm just filibustering as Stugotz can't figure out how, when, where to find my name in his phone. Like it's taking him forever.
I got a lot of D's, man.
He presses contacts and he searches through the D's
I know,
when you
instead
can
of
just
just
pull
writing
down.
Dan at the top or just
Right. It's probably the easier way to do it. You're right.
So can you guys see that there?
Let me see.
Go ahead and put it up over there for them.
The sliding answer is blocking the lavender moon boots, but
Can you guys see it better now?
Yeah.
There it is.
Good
He's
times.
wearing sunglasses. How old is that photo right there? 10 years?
no. I want to say 7.
Man,
That was
I look,
2010, right?
I look so much younger. Another unanswered call by Dan. Still ringing. Some of that's going to be on your voicemail. Sorry about that.
I'm curious as to you saunter in here. It's one of the funniest things. It's the funny thing in the morning when you come in here eating a Kind bar. Does anyone else find this part curious? Mike, do you find this curious? Stugotz every day drives about an hour and 15 minutes to get into work, right?
Yeah.
He's got the Kind bar in his car the whole time. For some reason, he comes up here right before taping and always walks in here chewing the Kind bar. And we have to stop taping all the time because he's reading something with food in his mouth or whatever. And my questions to you are twofold. One, is there any particular reason you just don't eat that in the car on the way over here?
Well, I do eat one in the car. I have 2 every day. I eat one in the car, and then I eat another when I get here.
That's what I suspected.
Yeah. I mean, they're not very filling, so I need, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I need 2. So I eat one in the car, and I eat one on the way here. Like right while I'm walking up.
Well, and so the other point, and this has been the case for a long time, and I mean the way you eat the
That's
K,
a tough word for me.
The way you eat the K in the
I'm
middle
still hungry. I told you those things weren't filling.
of breakfast. Mm-hmm. But this is what I'm curious about because I do think Stugotz sometimes, and this happens to all of us, we sort of lose sight of our surroundings. So Stugotz now has gotten so comfortable in this role that he just comes in here with the intent of doing nothing but sabotaging and anarchy. I'm just going to do what I want. Wait till you see me give Dan 40 fines today. I'm going to keep getting rewarded for bad behavior. But what I wanted to ask you today, because we've been doing this for a long time, is as you climb those stairs, eating that Kind bar and sit down,
Yep.
what would you have talked about today?
Well, that's a good question. Probably would have talked about this art idea that we have tomorrow. Maybe a little Saints and a little Falcons. It's a big game inside the NFC. I probably would have talked about that sound from, I don't know his first name. I probably should know that, but some NFL player whose last name is Mitchell had some pretty interesting sound about Roger Goodell and the state of the game and how he's supposed to go about hitting people because he doesn't know what to do. I would have talked about that a bit, and I don't know. I kind of treat the show like a lazy river. Wherever it takes me, I just go. You let the show take you where it takes you. That's how I do it.
I'm just
Would have been tough to fill 4 hours with that stuff.
Well, I feel like you're out of material right now. I feel like I'm staring at you, and you would have like. What?
Oh, I can always find material. I mean, I can always find a hot take. Like I probably have a hot take on the Tennessee Vols new head coach, and yeah, I could always find and manufacture hot takes. It doesn't matter if I meet Pruitt. I think. Oh, I know.
What
has he ever done?
What are you laughing about, Guillermo?
He said he probably has a hot take.
Probably on that Pruitt guy.
I could form a hot take on just about anything. Really, all I need to do to do a show is the headlines on ESPN.com. I mean, there's like 7 there, and what?
All right, let's do it. You want to do it?
Sure. I mean, Tennessee, who took their sweet time, and it's amazing because Curry was the athletic director there, and he was undermined by Philip Fulmer because Philip Fulmer wanted the job. And that's just, I mean, Philip, the Stugotz is strong in you, but to take their time and the guy they land on, Tennessee, this is a major university, okay, inside the SEC. This is a university that has won national championships. And you're just going to go after the closest thing to Nick Saban, some guy Pruitt who's never been a head coach, and you're going to expect him to lead Tennessee where the Tennessee fans want to be led?
Time! Next headline.
Roger Goodell signs a deal worth up to $200 million. It's worth up to $200 million. A lot of players are upset. A lot of fans are upset. And I would say to the fans, what do you care? Who cares who the commissioner is, and who cares how much money he's making? What do you care? He doesn't do anything. He protects the owners. He's a shield for the owners. And occasionally he acts like he cares about, some of the stuff that's important to the players.
Excellent work so far. You are crushing me. I am getting clubbed here. The referee needs to step in because you can indeed do this without any help or prep. Next headline.
The Steelers, Shazier, moved to a Pittsburgh hospital. That is great news. It really is. The fact that just 2 days after that hit and after,
What's
he sat.
His first name?
I think it's Ryan Shazier.
Okay, yes.
And the only reason I know that is because so many people have said his name the last couple of days. But Shazier, like we all sat there, right? We were all mortified. I can't even watch the play again. We thought that guy.
Too uncomfortable to look at. Okay. Next headline.
Hall of Famer Warren Moon is accused of sexual harassment. So we wondered when it would hit sports. Now it has hit sports. It has hit a Hall of Famer. It has hit Warren Moon. And now you're wondering, A, did Warren Moon actually do this? And then B, you wonder who's next. Because there are going to be plenty of people coming up. And they are nervous right now. They are all nervous. And so I do wonder who's next here in this equation. Actually, this is not the first time it hit sports. I believe it hit someone. Was it Greg Zahn? Greg Zahn. Greg Zahn was accused of this just last week. So Warren Moon is the second domino here.
He's the first follower.
Yes.
He's the second domino.
Yeah, the first football domino, though.
Right, the first football domino, second sports domino.
Yep. So we all wonder what happens next there with that story.
Next time!
Derrick Rose apologizes to the Cavs for his absence. How about you stop apologizing and start playing basketball? How's that said? Every team you go to, you apologize. You eventually apologize to that team. How about stop apologizing and just play some damn basketball or retire so your knees are healthy enough that you can see your kids graduate and walk down the aisle with them. It's like enough of Derrick Rose. I feel bad for him because I feel like we were stripped away from seeing a guy who could have been one of the all-time greats. But you know what, Derrick Rose? It happened. I'm sorry. Your knees are done. Either decide you want to play basketball, you don't want to play basketball, but what I want you to do is stop apologizing.
Okay.
Stop going to a team. Stop taking a leave of absence where they can't find you. Everyone's worried and concerned, and they're sending out, people looking for you all over town. Just communicate with your team, and do me a favor. Put a smile on once in a while.
Okay. You know what? I'm sorry for doubting you.
Yeah. And now I got Palmeiro. This is the last headline here. It's a slow sports day, but he is 53, and he's working on a return to the majors. And I thought it was as a manager. I didn't realize he wants to come back and play. And so I was thinking, as it relates to the Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton, he should just stand pat, okay? Because he doesn't want to go to St. Louis, and he doesn't want to go to San Francisco. I don't think the Dodgers are that interested. And you know what? They'll trade everyone else away, and it will just be Stanton. But how about this? Imagine this. It's Stanton, Palmeiro, Bonds, A-Rod, like all the recently retired greats. How great would that team be?
I love that idea.
And Tebow.
I love that idea. I mean, everybody stand up. Stand up and give this to God.
Great job.
I got 3 hours and 45 minutes to go. But.
Applaud Stugotz for a heroic effort.
Hi, everyone. Stugotz here. Support for the Dan Le Batard Show podcast comes from our friends at Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. chances are you are confident when it comes to your work, your hobbies, and your life. Rocket Mortgage gives you the same level of confidence when it comes to buying a home or refinancing your existing home loan. Rocket Mortgage is simple, allowing you to fully understand all the details and be confident you are getting the right mortgage for you. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/Stugotz. That's rocketmortgage.com/Stugotz, Stugotz, equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLS consumeraccess.org number 3030.
Don Le Batard.
Seriously, like how many times have I told you that it's perfectly okay to criticize somebody's behavior, but that calling people names is not the way to go?
Stugotz.
How many times have I told you I don't care?
This is the Don Le Batard show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
So tomorrow, Fraud Monet is going to be wandering the streets of Ocean Drive trying to sell some of this art. Guillermo, did you want to put on Twitter Stugotz's art? Not all of it, just art.
So like a limited preview?
Just a limited, like a soft opening.
Yes.
A soft opening on Twitter for Fraud Monet, Flembrandt, Vincent van Gogh. He's going to be on the street tomorrow just trying to sell art. I really don't think this is going to go well. I don't think it's going to go well in terms of success for Stugotz, and I'm worried about it not going well on air.
Have you seen some of these pieces?
Right.
He's going to be fighting these people off, Dan.
I mean, it's the perfect time, right? This is the big art week down here, so I figure, I mean...
know, but we're not in a good space for it. We are not in a good look. Like, if we were in Wynwood...
But we're in a busy area of the city, right? Yeah. Lots of people traffic. Their eyes are going to catch these pieces. They're going to be drawn to it.
Right. Yeah. You know, I'm the type of artist, I don't like to go where all the other artists go. I like to, kind of have my own lot in life. And so I go where they don't go, and that's how I sell my art. They're all sitting there vying for customers, and I just have customers walking up to me on the street corner. It's easier that way.
Tourists don't know where to go for art. Yeah. You could tell that, as far as they're concerned, this is like the best place to be for art.
Right. I mean, I treat art like a lazy river, man. I just let the brush take me where it takes me. And, I do it out on the corner, and we sell some art. It's going to be fine, Dan. Like, I'm a good salesman. There's a reason I'm down there. It's Art Basel week. And I just have to sell myself on the fact, or sell the people on the fact that I am a legitimate artist. That's what I have to do, and I'll be able to do that. I mean, look at some of my work.
I'm thinking if we send out some of these pictures, they won't even make it till tomorrow. Like, there's some specific that I think Dominique is going to want to just buy up himself.
Oh, well, no, I'm telling you, that Art Basel thing is something we could actually sell for a lot of money. Somebody who loves this show would want that, the idea that Stugotz...
What's this we stuff?
Yeah. I think my favorite Stugotz move of all of them. In fact, let's do this. 786-456-4837.
No.
What is your favorite Stugotz move? 786. I'm also going to go around the room. 786-456-4837. But I think it might be after he says something like, "Hey, Derrick Rose, how about you stop apologizing and start playing?" And then the next sentence after that is always going to be either, "How about that?" or "How's that sound?" Like, I circle back around like, here, I know I made a good statement, now eat it. Now, I know I made a statement that the people will like, and now I will throw it in his face with a "How's that sound?" or "How about that?"
Someone said, "I can't believe Stugotz just told Derrick Rose to stop apologizing while apologizing to Derrick Rose." How about that?
You did apologize to Derrick Rose while telling him to stop apologizing. You also said totally insincerely that you feel bad for Derrick Rose. But let's go around the room. I'm going to go around the room here. Your favorite Stugotz move, you're only allowed to pick one. I know that mine's not a very strong entry, but what is your favorite, Chris?
Mine's just actually visually, like when he extends his arm and he has his sausage fingers and he's just like looking at them. Like when he's making a take, his left arm.
Oh, that's right. No, he does look at his nails. Yes. It's his left arm.
Casual.
Oh, that's excellent.
Just
Chris,
excellent.
Chris, excellent. Yes. So those of you who are just listening right now, that is absolutely so. When Stugotz is pleased with himself and he has the floor, he does not look at me. He extends his left arm.
Yep.
He starts wiggling his sausage fingers, and then he stares at the end of them, pleased with himself.
Right. Well, I can't stare at you. You know that, right? Like,
Well, no,
I can't make eye contact with
what
you.
What I love is it is absolutely a coping mechanism a sheltered dog that's been abused would use. Like, you're not looking at me. You're looking at your finger because there's soothing in your fingers.
Yes.
And I'm going to, bite your head off.
Right. The withering stare. I mean, I feel your eyeballs on me. I just can't make eye contact with them.
Guillermo, what's your favorite?
Something he's been doing lately that's fascinated me is he's developed this new fake laugh where he always has his normal fake laugh, but now he just goes, ha! And then just keeps moving. It's this new fake laugh that he's developed. Ha!
That can't be your favorite. That can't be your favorite. It's too much it's too much from his recent collection. Like the last thing he did is the best thing he did?
No, this new laugh. Now you've seen it, Dan, or now you've heard it, you're going to catch on to it all the time.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Roy, what is your favorite Stugotz thing?
When Stugotz gets firmly entrenched into a rant, he cuts off the last word of a sentence in half and moves on to the next sentence.
He's in a hurry to get
I got to work quick, man. Yeah. I know Dan wants that microphone.
He often misses words.
Dan wants the microphone back.
I can pull up that time he said tight ends coach.
No, please.
Yes, and no, Roy is right about this, that you were finishing a thought with tight ends coach, but you didn't get to the rest of the phrase after the T in tight ends coach. And so this is how the sentence ended before you went to your hurriedly to your next thought.
He's not going straight from tight. He might improve. Mike's right. He might improve.
There it is.
Can't explain. I mean, the thoughts sometimes just move a little bit faster than the words. And I think someone had on the front end had to say tight end coach, so I know it was established, and then I could just move on. I didn't have to say it again.
Mike, what is your favorite Stugotz thing?
When he's trying to go along with the segment, because sometimes he just does a segment trying to give you the answer that you want. He's kind of a puppet that way. And he misses the mark. He looks at me and he shrugs his shoulders. And sort of the bottom lip goes down a little bit. Like, did I give him what he wanted? I don't know.
Sometimes I'm guessing. I wasn't listening.
Hey girl, have you done something new with your scales? Using new moisturizer? Nice. It really brings out the hazel in your eyes. Oh, hold on. Are you using whitening strips too? Your fangs look good, girl. Really good.
A really charming snake charmer? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
Wait, what? Have you been doing Pilates too?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Don Batard.
Kenny, how you doing today? Kenny. Waiting for Ken, trying to hook him up here. Ken, you with us? We'll try again. You guys got him?
Stugotz.
We'll take a quick time out. You guys figure it out. Goodbye.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz on the ticket.
All right, we're taking calls on your favorite Stugotz things. Stugotz's finishing moves. He is the hot take artist. We celebrate around here that Stephen A. Smith is the best at this, but is he? But is he? Because you saw what Stugotz just did. Stugotz, off the top of his head, just gave you 7 rat-a-tat-tat takes, all of them. Stronger than the previous one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Stephen A. is better at thinking on the fly than Stugotz. We have sound, for example. Yesterday, a caller called in his radio show, and Stephen A. had to think quick, and this is how it resulted.
I don't know if you remember me, but if you think about it, about 7 years ago, me and you had a car accident at the New Jersey Turnpike going to Brooklyn. You remember me now?
I do not.
I had a gray Cadillac, and you had a black SUV, and you sideswiped me at the Jersey Side Harlem Tunnel. You remember that?
Hell no. I sideswiped you. You got the wrong. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Never sideswiped nobody at the New Jersey Turnpike or at a tunnel. That's a lie. Goodbye.
Thank you, Mike. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but go ahead and put it on the poll, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show. Who's better at the hot take, Stugotz or Stephen A. Smith? We're taking calls, 786-456-4837.
He's going to win that one in a landslide, I think.
I'm not sure.
I think he is, but I would like to, like the guys at First Take, I'd like them just to, just put from any website, sports website, just put the first 7 headlines on their homepage and let Stephen A. go on them. And let's see how he does.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
Yes.
What do you guys think of that? That's a good idea. I think Stephen A., do you think he'd be willing to do that? He's doing so much.
I don't know. Like, do it without knowing the topics in advance, right?
Yes. Like a pop quiz.
Correct.
I like it.
I mean, I think I'd beat him. I don't know, but
well, I think it's like a freestyle rap contest.
Yes,
except so much lamer.
Yeah, but it'd be fun, man.
It would be.
Yes, it'd be fun. So Stephen A. and he calls in. It's like a radio First Take, right? He calls in. You're lobbing up topics. You just lob them up. Neither of us have any idea what they're going to be, and we just go because I think I would school him. I do.
Maybe we should call it the takeoff.
Hey!
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
But are you willing to host
Yes.
it? I guess Mike can.
Yes, I want to do it with...
Oh, we can get like an airline sound, and I can be the host of it. It'd be great.
Yeah, they've wanted to do it with me for 10 years, and I won't do it.
I know. We tried it.
Arash, you're on 790 The Ticket. Go ahead, Arash.
Stu's move is when Stu says something so outrageously funny that he turns around in his chair, looking at the wall behind him, and starts laughing so hard that his entire body starts wiggling.
Yeah, I don't like that as much as you do.
I do that because I know Dan is mad at me. That's why I do it.
Also, the view ain't great for Dan.
That's
terrible.
That was more of what I was talking about there. Jiggling red Stugotz.
Yep.
Plumber's butt.
Mm-hmm. Every time, right?
Bent over, laughing at me and at the wall. Nathan, you're on 790 The Ticket.
This may be recency bias, but whenever Stugotz hits you with "that's a fine" and then says watch your tone.
Yeah, he likes that one.
Yeah.
He discovered that one. Yesterday he was really embracing that one. Like he was during the break saying that's a good move. I got a good new move now.
I like this fine system. It's fun.
Jordy, you're on 790 The Ticket.
Well, that last dude just stole mine. But I guess anytime Stugotz tries to hijack the show back to himself, which recently has been trying to find everyone else when you start monologuing.
Yeah, he has been trying to hijack the show through fines.
Do you want me to stop doing that? Because I do feel like I'm getting in the way of some... you're great, man. You have such great opinions and thoughts on stuff, and I'm getting in the way with this fine system.
You're great, too. You keep being you.
All right.
And I'll manage whatever my frustrations, feelings, and resentments are.
I don't want you to push them down for that long. That's not healthy.
I will manage them.
Okay.
I didn't say push them down. I said I'll manage them. I will let them rise up, and I will inspect them, and then I will let them go in search of meditative nirvana. Catch and release without judgment. Because I'm telling you, I wonder, we were talking before about the idea of losing sight of things, Stugotz. I do wonder if Mike and Guillermo and Allison and Chris and Roy realize how ridiculous this entire thing is. Like all of this, that this exists.
I think they do.
That this is, but the reason I say it is because I walk in here every single damn day, and I'm just moved with gratitude. Where I can't believe ESPN allows us to do any of this. I can't believe they leave us not entirely to our own devices, but certainly grading on the Bristol ESPN curve, largely to our own devices.
I'm pretty amazed by it as well. It's just not the way. So I've been up to Bristol, and, there's a lot more managing of the shows up there than there is down here, and I am amazed by that. But, Dan, for you to do what we're doing now, you said, hey, for the most part, stay out of our way. And to their credit, they have stayed out of our way, and I am shocked by
I didn't think that was going to happen. I really didn't. I was super skeptical and cynical.
But I think our staff realizes, don't you? I think they realize how ridiculous this is.
No, but I'm just talking about all of it. Just the absurdity of how they dress for work, of where they're coming to work, like where they're parking to come to work, the temperature. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. I'm just saying that I feel it every day when I walk in here. Every single day.
You feel grateful.
The fact that we get to work together, the fact that we get to do specifically this thing where, I mean, Guillermo is eating all sorts of weird foods during the show.
Yeah, they can't eat in Bristol Studios.
What's weird about what I eat?
Do you know there's now a graphic on television that's just Billy's Bites that Angel created? It's Billy's Bites when they just tune in on you and you're just eating something strange. What is that tube that you have in front of you right now? Is that one of those Go-Gurts?
This is a Go-Gurt, and it has a blue banded fox on it and a star-nosed mole.
He's a child.
It also has a fun fact. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
All right, spot the fake. Which of these animals are real and which are simply too strange to be true? A babirusa, a star-nosed mole, or a blue-banded fox? What do you guys think?
Wow.
Give you a second or so.
All right.
Yeah, which one's fake?
I'll go mole, I think.
There's one fake one here.
The first one.
So you think it's the babirusa?
I think it's the mole.
Roy?
The babirusa.
Chris?
Yeah.
You want me to reveal?
Sure.
Everyone was wrong. It's the blue-banded fox.
Oh.
That's the fake.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
$2. That's fine.
Yeah. To Dan's point, we should all be grateful that we get to do this.
Yeah, I just based on
I
what
did
he
that
just
I did that as a societal experiment to show, okay, look, people in the audience, this is something. What's coming next is something you can't get anywhere else. And then they soon realized why it is they can't get it anywhere else. Because it was so painfully awful and bad judgment. So $2, as I mentioned.
It's
$2
delicious
fine.
yogurt, by the way.
You stop the show to read the tube of yogurt that you're eating. That's what just happened.
It's Go-Gurt. Very different.
Yeah, it is different.
$4.
Oh, wow.
I have another one if you want another fun fact.
I'd quit while you're ahead. Or behind.
Please, go ahead.
He left the studio.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he's going to get it.
$6.
He's going to get it. Okay.
I did love when I was little popsicles with trivia questions on it.
So did I, yeah.
Those were
You
fun.
could have just
Auto
stopped at
Pops.
popsicles.
Popsicles are great.
Wow, we're in luck too.
What was your favorite ice cream growing up? I'm gonna show my age here. My favorite ice cream growing up was this bar that because we didn't have very much money, and so the great extravagance was this strawberry bar that was covered in like sprinkles. I don't even know how to explain what it is. It's probably so old. It probably. What was your favorite ice cream growing up?
Well, I break it up into two categories. There's the ice cream, and I go toasted almond, the toasted almond bar for just the ice cream bar, and then you have the so that's one side, and then you have kind of the ices type stuff like Italian ices, and I love that. I think it's it's red, white, and blue, maybe the Jet Pop or something like that.
The Rocket Pop.
The Rocket Pop, absolutely amazing. I mean, the blue on the Rocket Pop was just fantastic.
The strawberry shortcake.
I think that's what it is.
That was delicious.
I think that's what. Oh, that was your favorite too?
Yeah, the strawberry
Oh,
shortcake.
you're my fat guy soulmate.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get out of here, Tweety Bird, though.
Oh, no.
No one liked you with the gumdrops for eyes.
That was mine.
That was yours?
That was mine.
Really?
What was that?
Yeah.
Tweety Bird.
Yeah, and Guillermo, what were you doing? Organic yogurt before it's time? What were you doing?
Favorite ice cream?
Yes.
I like the Flintstone orange push pop. Delicious.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
That was a good one.
We used to have those at Burger King.
You like that strawberry shortcake, huh? That
Yes.
the good humor bar, right?
Yeah.
Because the corners are the best, right? Because it's a little melted by the time you get down there, and you get those corners at the bottom by the stick. Oh, those are fantastic. Oof.
Well, I'm wondering here though, do your childhood sensibilities as they regard ice cream stay with you? Like, is that something you will eat in adulthood? Because I haven't had one of those in 35 years.
Oh, I had toasted almond bars a couple of weeks
No,
ago
but I'm
because they
saying
sent some down
specifically,
here.
I know Mike hasn't had one of those Flintstones push-ups in a while,
No,
right?
I haven't had that.
I'm saying, do your childhood sensibilities, do they extend to adulthood? Are you a 40-year-old person with kids looking at your wife and sneaking some sort of childhood ice cream?
Well, no, what happens, at least for me, because I have kids, is you like to pass along the things that you loved as a kid onto your kids. So I have given them toasted almond bars like recently, and I've given them the Rocket Pops as well. They love the Rocket Pops.
And then you eat them?
Yeah, of course, yes. That's how I justify buying them, honey. I want the kids to try these. Yes.
I used to love Gushers when I was young. I tried them a few years ago. They don't hold up.
Roy, what do you eat now that you ate in childhood? That something that you remember fondly from childhood that you still eat?
I continue to eat Doritos, Cool Ranch, obviously. But ice cream, cookies and cream, that's good. They got the actual Oreos and the ice cream is real good.
That is, there probably is some psychological ties and comfort and stuff somewhere too. Like the fact that Roy is still pounding those Cool Ranch Doritos, even though like they're made of radioactive things.
They're so good though.
I know. I'm familiar with their work. They're delicious.
Nothing stays on your breath the next day,
Nothing.
quite like Cool Ranch
In fact,
Doritos.
let's do this. What stays on your breath more than Cool Ranch Doritos? Like if someone comes around you and they've eaten Cool Ranch Doritos, you know it because you can smell it in their eyebrows.
Stay with you for days, man.
What is but what is one of those scents? Fritos is another one, isn't it? Like
That's a good one,
you can
yes.
just smell it on somebody, even if they're somewhere on the opposite end of the room. You're like, oh, that guy over there. Good God, man. Go brush your face. Just brush your whole face, man, with mouthwash. I can smell the Fritos from over here.
Yeah, the honey mustard pretzel pieces they stay with you for
oh, yes, they
for
do.
a good week.
Yes, they do.
For a good week.
Those onion ones?
Yeah,
well,
the honey mustard.
And both do.
Specifically the honey mustard.
Yeah,
Yes.
those stay with you.
Yes.
I'll
You know,
go in-
while we're at it, Snyder's. Clean up your act on that front. Because it's the Snyder's ones. It's not any of the other ones. Not any other rip-off ones. It's the Snyder's honey mustard pretzel one.
Occasionally, I'll have one, a handful for lunch, pair it with my sandwich, and my wife comes home hours later, and I go to kiss her when she comes in, and she looks at me already.
That was Andrew Luck. Sometimes I come home, pair it with my sandwich, do it again.
Grab my handful, honey mustard pretzel pieces, I'll pair it with my sandwich. Jack Doyle comes to the house. And
Me and Chris both heard the Andrew Luck make an appearance, kiss my wife, pair it with my sandwich.
Kiss my wife. And all these voices live inside me.
It's such
amazing.
Yet, and I come back to gratitude. Where else would impersonations be that limited and have a place to fly and flourish and be celebrated, even though they're all pretty terrible?
I wouldn't say they're limited, I'm definitely have a routine. Shelf life.
I'm terrible at impersonations, man. That is Mike's.
You've got to. You've got to.
No, but here's the thing, though. I like to think of that as Mike's department, and then I like to think of it as an actual department. Like, who's going to handle that? Send it over to impersonations. Like an actual department where where Mike and Billy are the overwhelmed employees. They're the only ones that do the impersonations. And Chris is one of the corners doing his Jay.
Close.
Careful.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm going to get there. Jay Gruden. Yeah.
Right, way to go. You were close, man.
I know. I stopped
was ready.
on Cousins. Yeah. I stopped on John Gruden. I had a couple of speed bumps, sideswiped them. Like Stephen A. Smith on the New Jersey Turnpike. This is costing me so much damn money. It's such an interesting way to give you guys bonuses.
I hope someone draws a fine bucket
Chris
moment.
Cody got
I'm not seeing any
Chris
of it.
Cody got a $750 November bonus.
Congratulations.
Out of nowhere. He reached into the bucket and there were $7. Now, of course, it's $9.
Right.
It's not very much.
There was a RIP 20 in there for Mina's dog.
Yeah.
No one took that.
Mike, we got to go to this bucket of death tomorrow, and that Zardos thing is there.
It's
and
looming, man.
And who's going to end up in it?
There's only 3 left.
No, but here's the thing. You are doing it. We all have to do it. Which, if I'm doing it, you're doing it, Chris. Like that's the deal. I mean,
He straight up fought with
I don't want to do it either. I've been terrified 3 straight weeks. I've gotten good draws. Stugotz had the bucket. He had the golden helmet of life. He thought he was going to be free and this thing was going to be gone, but we keep winning.
Yep.
Sarah thinks I'm pouring soup on my head, and I'm not. I'm doing the ice bucket challenge because that's what the punishment was.
Right.
We're reaching a breaking point here, and quite frankly, I'm sick of getting all the blame for this.
It's like
you guys
the league,
want to
man.
stop,
It's like the NFL, man.
if you guys want to stop, you can stop.
I'm good with stopping.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I'm totally good with
Cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Great.
over. No
Like
more.
right now?
No draw tomorrow.
No more. It's done. Wow, what a relief. We can,
Really?
Are we serious?
Really?
oh, we're done.
We don't do this for ourselves. This is not something. I've never wanted to do this. I, from the very beginning, have wanted no part of this. It's something that we've done for the audience. What Mike Ryan just did, and that he's going to get blamed for, is if this ends right here and right now before the audience gets the satisfaction of seeing me in a Zardos costume, 1970s Sean Connery, leather boots, red thong, if we deny them that, there's going to be a revolt. And it may end in our jobs, our careers, everything. If we deny them, me and a Zardos.